For joining in. We are happy to have you here. Welcome to the Barafiri training series. This is the last day of our training and we're excited to have you. Thank you for joining in. This promises to be a very eventful session. We have so much information in store for you and would like to begin by having a recap of what we have been learning. So far, we began with the orientation and then training, and the next step is validation before onboarding. So let's go into a little bit of details. So for our orientation, we got to learn about the concept of Barafiri. And if you want to watch that, if you missed that and you want to get more information about the concept of Barafiri, for the orientation, the links are available for you to watch. And we've had about 6 training sessions so far. If you missed anyone, the links are also available, but you have to join our WhatsApp group so that you can have access to these links. After the orientation, the first training was on the ABC of setting up a business. This was very, very insightful. We had the basic tools for businesses in the 21st century. We had promoting your business for maximum returns. We had customers as business assets, financing your business, sustainability and scalability of business. If you want to watch any of these trainings, they are available. When you join our WhatsApp group, the link will be shared in the comments section. When you join our WhatsApp group, you have access to watch these trainings and the orientation as well. So today is the last day and the 7th training. The topic of today is people and business performance. And our distinguished guest, Mrs. Chinelo Ikechebelu, is going to be handling that. Get your writing materials, turn off your phones, be in a quiet area so you can understand the basics of what this session is going to be about. If you have any questions, you're free to ask after the presentation. Before we begin, we would like you to please take 2 minutes of your time to help us complete our survey form. This survey form will help us to know how to serve you better, the best time to set training series for you, and other information. It takes about 2 minutes. So please, can you take 2 minutes of your time to fill our survey form? It will be shared in the comment section. So we'll give about 1 or 2 minutes for that. It's in the comment section. Please take 2 minutes to do that for us. We appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Please help us and fill the survey form. We'd like to serve you better. All right, so let's get to the business of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, please let me introduce our distinguished guests. Mrs. Chinelo Ikechebelu is a seasoned HR professional and senior executive, offering over 11 years experience with extensive background in employee lifestyle, which includes talent management, HR generalist expertise, strategy articulation and implementation, with a track record of success in transformation, change management, project management, and leadership. Her 11 years plus career spans in industries such as information technology, retail, event management, and consulting, where she has held several positions in notable organizations. She cut her teeth in a co-project managing a HR resource transformation project with the aim to implement HR initiatives and processes such as job grading and plotting, career pathing, succession planning, performance management system, and and institutionalized the Learning Academy for the foremost integrative retail pharmacy in Nigeria. This company was the first of its kind to acquire a multi-million-dollar investment from foreign investors. She was part of the senior HR team that made the human resource department suitable and presentable to the board of directors. Currently, Chinelo Ikechebelu is a senior manager, human resources at a software solutions company in Lagos. Her role involves defining the strategic direction for the human resource functions and developing HR strategies aligned to the overall strategic direction of the company. Some of her success stories are designing and implementing the performance management framework for the organization, job grading, and competency framework. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mrs. Chinelo Ikechebelu.
All right, good morning, everyone. I'm excited to be in your midst. I hope you can hear me. Please, if you can, just type in the chat box loud and clear. Loud and clear. Okay? Yeah, my camera is on now. All right. So good morning, everyone. I'm sure you have enjoyed our sessions. I've been part of all the sessions, and I'm glad that it's finally coming to an end today. Okay, so I'd like to share my slide and then we can start right away. So while the session is on, if you have questions, we'll be glad for you to drop them in the chat box. But if you're as good as we are here, you can be given the opportunity to ask your questions directly. Okay, so we already know the topic we're talking about. And at the end of this training, we would have learned 4 major things for me, and which are the trend of talent competition, the need for talent engagement, employee engagement as a driver of performance, and then we're going to see performance from 2 perspectives, the business and the employee point of view. Okay. I hope you can see my slide. Okay. I'm trying to. Okay. So in the world of our profession, we usually describe the workforce as talent. So if you're asked who is a talent in the workplace, is actually the employee of an organization, a workforce of a company. And it can also be that candidate that is also trying to get your a job, or that candidate that you have already in your pool that you are assessing for a job in your organization. So it's very important for us to know that when you say you have talent, what exactly do you mean? Talent is an individual or group of persons with above average skill or ability needed to function in their role. So by the end of this training, you will begin to ask yourself if you have talent or you just have people in your team. Once you want to hire, once you want to engage someone to work in your organization, you should be looking out for people that have above average skills, above average abilities to be able to function. Okay, the realities of our time is that there is war for talent. Take it or leave it, organizations are out there looking for talent. Recall my definition for talent. So we're looking for the best specs that will fit into your organization. You're looking for the best fit that will fit both, be able to carry out the job and also be able to do, conform to the behavior or your culture, the culture of the organization. So according to Forbes of 2020, business are not only competing for consumers. It's not about two companies competing for the same kind of end users of their products. They are also competing for employees. They are competing for talents. I recall a story, a friend of mine who told me he did, I think, was it an internship? No, he was working in a country, I think Italy. And this particular organization wanted, a dynamic HR team. And lo and behold, they saw their competitor that had this dynamic team that they were looking for. And one of the things that they asked was, could you get us somebody in that team? And that's what as poaching. And truly, they put their best package, put their best foods out there. They made themselves attractive enough for this talent in this other organization to be part of their team. So you see that everywhere employers are looking for talent, they are looking for the best. And so if we can get it anywhere, anyhow, be able to put ourselves as an attractive workplace, we'll be able to attract the kind of people that we want. Okay, so so while you as a business owner, you are out there looking for talent, it will be good for you to know the qualities of this talent, so that you begin to ask yourself, if I onboard this kind of people, kind of individuals in my organization, I hope my work culture, my workspace will be able to accommodate the characteristics of this talent. One of them is that they would like to be part of a team, okay? Employees do not really like where they are in a company and they're like in an isolation. What is happening is not within the organization, is not clearly spelled out. They are part of a team. They look like they are part of a team, but they are not part of a team. Talents are leaders by nature. Of course, leaders are people who show the way by following that way already. They are showing the example. So they are solution givers. They are the ones that get out there to bring, to deal with, challenges. When they approach you as, as the CEO, they are coming with the challenge and the solution hand in hand. They are motivated, self-motivated people. You do not need to, entice them with things. They know how to, keep their spirit high and get the job done. They are learners. They love to learn, regardless if you are ready to train them or not. I recall, and that's what makes them actually pace setters in their own rights. They don't come cheap. When you get people who are very good, who are very good with their, in developing themselves. They are innovative people. And one thing you should know about innovative people is that they actually, are full of ideas. So when you pop them in a box, you actually, have imprisoned them and they will not be able to function. So while you are out there looking for talent, ensure that your organization is such that you can allow people bring on their ideas. You are not threatened with their out of the box, suggestions, that you haven't heard, you haven't even thought through. Okay, and they are goal-oriented. They want to see where we are going, and their eyes are fixed on the goal post, so that they can be able to achieve this. All right. So I remember our topic today is people and business and people performance. So I'm getting somewhere. For you to get to have that workforce that is performing, high-performing team, for you to say my business actually is meeting the bottom line, you need to begin to set the bedrocks, okay? Set the foundation. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to build the foundation. I've told you what talents are, who a typical talent is. Now, what are the things that you need to begin to put in place in your organization so that you can arrive where where you want to be. Okay, so according to Institute of Employment Study, this is a British Center for Research and Human Resources Consultancy. They defined engagement as a positive attitude held by the employee towards the organization. So one of the things that you should begin to look out for is engagement. So you as a business owner, you also need to do some form of engagement, okay? You cannot get your people, any arbitrarily. So you need to go through a process. And so what are that process that we are talking about? It's talent engagement. How do you engage this staff? First of all, you attract the kind of people you're looking for. So I've been in interviews where I have interviewed for small business owners, and sometimes, when it's not quite clear who exactly you are looking for to hire, it becomes a problem because you really cannot get that person to function while you have not brought out the right kind of fit for your organization. So in the process of engaging these talents, you need to attract the right kind of people. There are many talents out there, but you need to find out which one fits my organization. You need to get this candidate, so source them, all right? You will attract them by your job advert, by your employment branding, and then you will begin to get the kind of ones you want, and then you finally engage them. So some challenges you have, with people not staying, in companies, in small companies or with SMEs in their organization, is actually they are not fully engaged, especially if it's a talent like we have defined. Such individuals need to be fully engaged. They need to connect the dots. Remember, you have a goal, you have an objective. So what are your workforce doing? They are connecting the dots. They are trying to get you from point A to point Z, if that is what you intend to achieve. And so once you have done your own part to get the right kind of people, the next thing is employee engagement. Of course, if a talent is engaged, is connected to your values, is connected to your vision, is connected to your goals, all right? They begin to, willingly invest their time, their skills, their energy, their creativity, their knowledge. The truth is that you need the knowledge. So you are a business. Sorry, somebody is admin, please check. Someone unmuted. Okay. So they get excited, to bring out their expertise. The truth is that you're a business owner, so you're not an all-rounder. Assuming you're an all-rounder, you'd have done both the accountant's job, you'd have done both your production, the manufacturing. If you're actually into manufacturing, you could have done the sales all by yourself. So you know that you are not a jack of all trades. So you need their expertise, you need their time, you need those skills that they have. You don't have all the skills. So it's all about the total experience that they have. Once you are able to have, engaging activities, you're sure that your employee are motivated, you're sure of their performance, you're sure that you are not having a lot of attrition rates, people leaving, and of course, your business will have a turnaround in the positive direction. Okay, all right. So about employee engagement, there are two parts of employee engagement. And it's very important for me to lay this foundation. Okay, two parts of the employee engagement is one is emotional engagement. The second is rational engagement. And once you have any employee, fully engaged in these two aspects, you're sure that you have their maximum support. Okay, I know some people will say, I've tried it. I don't think they like to stay. But trust me, my first job after my NYSC was with an SME. I actually opened business with them the first day they opened office. And before I joined, I wanted to become part of the team. The visionary of the CEO shared with me the vision. In fact, I think that was where I found my part of my HR journey. Shared the vision with me. I felt that connection. I felt that, I saw the value I could bring. Yes, you say I'm a fresher, but I saw the value I could bring. I had skills, and I decided, I could identify with the strategy. He gave me his 10 years plan. He gave me his 3 years plan. He gave me his 5-year plan. He gave me his 10 years plan. I actually spent a little over 3 years with the organization, but trust me, it was not the way I viewed it the first day. In fact, the turnovers that they had is actually bigger than big companies or more structured companies. Okay, so once you are able to clearly make this workforce or your employees understand your strategy, understand why you exist as a business, why did you decide to own this business, or bring this business into existence, they begin to have a connection. They begin to have a connection. They begin to have, they want to care about it. It becomes like their baby. So they are your co-owners, basically. And that's very important. Once you are able to, get that head engagement, rational engagement is the head engagement. Once you are able to, purely, let them see the value proposition for them. Let them see where they fit in your organization. Then they become connected. They have that, they are willing to go the extra mile. They are willing to pay that sacrifice. They want to see this business go from where it used to be and where, where it is and where it wants to be. So when I started with this organization, I was, I think we're just 2 staff, but by the time I left, I could see how many people we've churned in, both as a contract. We had 3 branches by the time I was done, working with them. So I could see the vision, and every day the vision was spelled out. Every day we were looking at our drawing board. Were we getting there? So once you're not able to articulate why you are in existence, and people won't go around with, won't want to go with you. People are like electricity. If they want to get switched on, they have to see what they are being switched on for. Okay, why are you turning them on? What exactly, where are we going? Okay, so you're not just a business owner, you're a leader, you are a visionary. A visionary knows where we are going. He has seen the end somehow, even though we are not the supreme God, but he has seen the end, and of course, he knows where we want to get to. Okay. So what are these things that, aside just talking to them about your strategy and all of that, what are the other things you need to put in place so that you can create that head engagement? Recall, I said head engagement is the same thing as rational engagement. Build a habit of wanting to develop your workforce. Yes, there are talents, they may want to, develop themselves, but bring out time for them to develop. I'm sure you don't want your business to remain the way it is. Let's say you hired maybe a 2-year experienced person, and you are hoping that this person will grow on the job. I'm sure you want the person to perform better. That person has got skill gap, cannot perform like a 5-year experienced person, except he's being developed, except he's being trained. You identify and let the person begin to see, oh, I started here as an officer. Where do I see myself here in 3 years? I was in that organization, I know how I came in, and by 3 years I knew where I was. So it's very important, and they are very good training, online trainings that people can attend without having to pay a dime. Sometimes you just get the learnings that you can. And who says that you can't even afford a few of them? You know, it's also a way of getting them engaged. Give equal treatment, okay? I know sometimes you just start out with your family members, you know, the people you can trust or people you can trust. And then when you're bringing people that you're not very familiar with, you are wondering, this one I know, this one I do not know. No, create an opportunity, equal opportunity. When you begin to put your system, your processes in place, you know, you run it like an organization. You don't run it as if, you know, there are some people that are sacred and then some other people are not sacred. And you should be a visible leader, okay? A visible leader, one that we can see, one that is there, is showing us the direction, not that you put somebody and then, you know, that person is not able to articulate exactly why your business exists, okay? Of course, you should run performance appraisal, both from a business perspective and from, you know, from the individuals that work. You should be a leader that communicates. Everybody is communicating, okay? Because if there's no communication, a lot of people will just do what they feel that they want to do. But if you are communicating your objective, you are communicating the how, you are communicating the when, you are communicating the where, you know, everybody takes a part. Of course, they also look forward to their pay and benefits, and there are other benefits that you can also have, incentives and all of that, okay? People want to be sure that where they are working is safe. It's enough stress living in a country like us. It's enough stress living in Lagos. So if they're going to come to work where they can spend 8 or 9 hours with you, it should be a little safe haven for them. Of course, there should be cooperation. And the very most important is job satisfaction. Sometimes people leave high-paying job not because, you know, they don't like the money or they're looking for something better, but actually because of satisfaction, actually because of the peace of mind. So it's important that you're able to create all of these things. At the time you're done, you know, people then feel valued. They feel, oh, you haven't taken them as one of your machineries, as one of the machines you have in your organization. You have some human side to your, there's a human side to your organization. Of course, you will have their total commitment to your job. Okay, so I wanted to show this graph. It was a survey carried out by Corporate Leadership Council in the year 2024. So they wanted to run, you know, how does these two parts of emotional engagement, these two parts of engagement, how does it affect the workforce? Remember, people join organization, yes, they could join also because they identify with your brand, they identify with your vision. They can also identify, you know, they also, you know, identify with the job. Perhaps they've seen good, you know, job descriptions. You know, I, for one, I particularly have a problem where I see jobs, you know, being advertised and there's no job description. You know, it tells a lot. It really tells a lot. It's either the company are hiding something or they have not been able to put together what exactly they want, whoever they are looking for out there to come and achieve. So this survey was carried out, and it was realized that people, you know, emotional engagement is more valuable than the rational engagement. So what does it mean? That if you have that rational engagement, all those items that we mentioned in the previous slide, if you have them in place and you have that connection with your staff, you are likely to have them stay. You are likely to have a greater impact from them. When people identify, you know, have a strong connection, you know, with your organization, they are keen to, you know, producing results. They are keen to, you know, be part of your success stories. Okay, I've seen people that just particularly want to work in a particular organization, not necessarily, you know, they like everything about it, but they just want to identify with the brand. Okay, so it's this survey was really an eye-opener. I realized that as an organization, we need to work towards, you know, getting people to the point where they're emotionally attached to your organization. You're sure of loyalty, you're sure of engagement, and of course, some level of retention. Okay? So we will be looking at the types of employee behavior. I decided to bring this out because it's very important. I know from time to time you do an evaluation within your workforce. What exact kind of what kind of people do you have in your workforce? What kind of behaviors do you see in the workforce? The first are engaged employees. They are paddlers, or what you can call paddlers. They are passionate. When you read out your strategy, when you read out your goal and objective, they see where you are taking them to. You know, they are forward thinkers. They are after, you know, they're very proactive. You know, they kind of, you know, they are those type of people you have, they can finish up your lines, you know. They just know what's, you know, where you actually want them, you know, to go. They have ideas, they go out of their way to do those researches. You know, they are not tied to their job description. It will be fantastic if you have, you know, multi-facet employees, you know, not only tied to just being an admin officer, admin manager, production manager. You know, they have knowledge here and there. You know, very, very important to have these people, you know, within your team. They are self-developers, okay? They are not overwhelmed when they see challenges, okay? They want to, you know, make a headway. When you bring in new changes, they are not overwhelmed. They are not, they don't withdraw. You know, they want to be part of it, okay? The second type of people are the passengers, okay? They are not engaged. They just come in, strolling. They are the people that know, you know, they're just there, you know, they are just there. They just want to know what's happening, you know. They don't have interest. They always complain. Everything is a complaint to them. The business is not part of them. They're just there sometimes for the money. You know, they're the ones that are out there every time. They take excuses. I want to go here. I'm not feeling well. We have one family problem. You know, you can count the number of times that they're absent from work. Okay. And then the third is pirates. They are the ones that are actively disengage people. In fact, if you have this kind of people, you should work towards giving them the exit, all right? Because these people will corrupt your engaged workers. They will not allow them, you know, achieve. In fact, they are sadists. That's the best way to, you know, to describe them. You know, any idea you come up with, they just know how to know to undermine, you know, whatever you have. Okay. Here, so we have drivers of engagement, both from a psychological point of view and from a physical point of view. So as an employer of labor, you should be able to provide this, you know, all round. I know you say, maybe you begin to say it's very, these are, you know, dating tax, but truly, if you want to have a performing team, want to have a performing workforce, these are the basics that you have to put in place, okay? From a physical point of view, people want, let there be a work environment. Let it be that you actually plan for them. You know, not that you know, it just occurred to you that you are hiring someone. Then there's no table and chair. You know, then there's no work to, okay? They do not have, there is no, process. You know, how do you do this thing? You figure it out, okay? It's some people are not wired that way to work in anarchy or work, on spot on. Some people are process driven. Of course, you should have, well-defined remuneration package. You know, it should be stated in their offer letter. They know what they are looking forward to earning at the end of the month. Of course, you should be able to recognize them. Simple recognition. You know, sometimes they are not so expensive. Okay, somebody has done well. Okay, you can just have a timeout to watch a movie. 1,500 can earn you that. Okay, or you can just, give them a what do you call it? A voucher, for them just, to appreciate them, a pat in the back, announcements, recognizing this. This is our hero for the month, okay? If you come across this person, just give this person a pat on the back and say, well done. People love to be recognized, okay? All right? They should be learning. They should be participate. If you have projects, such kind of people, let them get involved. People want to be, they want to have some sense of belonging. I belong somewhere. They actually know my value here. They want to live a life of purpose. They want where they can use their strengths, and all that. Okay, so we have players of engagement. They are very much important. You have kind of people that should be part of engagement. So it is not only done on you as a business owner. Okay, there should be engagements. These 5 people should be playing some role. I know, I recognize that some businesses that may be fairly started or do not have, that large number of workforce. Okay, and so maybe they don't have any need for HR. But sometimes you outsource this your HR related operation. So those your consultant also play a role to ensuring that there is some form of engagement within your organization. And so we have these 5 players. Let's go further to find out what exactly are the roles they play. Okay, so from the HR point of view, these are the roles they play. They act as gatekeepers. They are coach. They are experts, they are advocates, they are mirrors. Of course, they are the ones ensuring, these people, are we carrying out our engagements, activities? Are the people that we have hired, do they actually know what, they are expected to do? So they are the ones that ensure that, there's positive influence, not that someone is in the organization and feels choked, okay? Of course, they coach. You should realize that your managers, your supervisors, your line managers, they're not all Superman. So at some point in time, they provide that coaching program, so that these people can be able to align to the objective of the organization. Of course, they are experts, so they design the strategy, the engagement strategy, and ensure that we are following it. And of course, they are your champions. So they want to be ensured, every activity is happening in the workforce, in the organization. I hope it is leading to employee engagement. And at the end of the day, they are your mirror. They are the ones checking out as these things been achieved. What we started out to achieve, did we finally achieve it? Okay, so these are the role of the senior leaders. When we say senior leaders, we include top management. It also includes the business owners. So there are 6 roles that I have itemized. I would like us to type in the chat box, which of them have you been able to implement? If there are more than one, if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just put them down. So I will be looking forward to your responses. Which one have you been able to, put out there, or have you implemented as a business owner? Okay, I'm sure you guys are still with me. I hope I'm still engaging you. All right, so I'm looking forward to your responses. Yes. Okay, so which of the 6, just type them in the chat box. Okay, have you been able to clearly communicate your vision? Okay, have you been able to clearly communicate your vision? Is there trust? Is there trust? Do you have trust issues? How have you been able to build trust? Are you transparent? Are your processes transparent? Are the way you relate with your workforce, is it transparent? Or is it the one you please, you show your good sides? Okay. Okay, so which one have we done? I'm not getting any response. Okay, someone says been seen to respond to feedback. That's very important. Okay, you should be one that, you are available to, give feedbacks. Okay, not that you are mounting all all your responses, of course. Commitment to, that's Asia Naturals, says committed to the employee well-being. Okay, Justina has just evaluated herself and said she's 40% halfway. That's good. Okay, you should have all of this. The truth is, like, employees and employer are like, I usually see it as a marriage institution. So you go out there, put all the adverts so that you can be able to attract the right spouse. You put up all your toasting skills so that you can get them in. Of course, you have to show them, the bride or the girlfriend or whatever, what is in it for me. And that's how it is in the workplace too. You are out there trying to look for the talent. So you're going to actually show them what is in it for me. I know you want, it should be a mutual thing, mutual benefit. You gain and I gain, okay? So it's very important that you, as a senior leader, as a leader of the organization, that you are actually, carrying out those rules. Very, very important. So this survey was done, and you can see that 70% of the people responded that they had a clear vision of the future. When your vision is not clear, it's ambiguous, it's difficult to understand. People cannot follow you to where you are going to, okay? All right. Involve employees in your decision. Involve them in your decision. So let's say you run a store and you decided, oh, okay, we open at 8 o'clock. I want us to begin to open at 7 o'clock. Perhaps you've run some, you have data to back you up. A lot of people come by your shop between 7 to 8 when you open, and you're not yet open, they can't do any transaction with you. And then you thought, oh, I think it's better we begin to open at 7. You need to involve your employees, because they are the people you want to resume at 7. You may not probably be resuming at 7. And even if you're going to resume at 7, only you won't be in your store. So you want them to be part of it. So it's good for you to have, that discussion with them, because you may have somebody coming from far. You don't even know how they are struggling to even get to their workplace at 8 o'clock. So get them involved. Let them see the advantages, why you want it, what do we stand to gain as an organization. And because you have gotten them involved, you can also, it's easy for you to get their buy-in. Very, very, very important. Okay. All right. The next role is managers. Managers play a lot of role. Connection. There should be a connection. The people in your team, you're connecting them to their work. There is a connection. Then you are connecting them. What do you want them to achieve? You are connecting them to their team members. You are connecting the individuals and the team members to the work. You're also connecting them to the organization. Remember, everyone there is working towards one goal, and that goal is the goal of the organization. Okay, communication is very important. How often do you communicate? How often do you let them know where is the end point? Contribution. Let them play a role of contributing. I usually have this phrase that for managers who are not in charge, just armchair, just sit down the armchair and just give the orders. There should be some form of contribution. For you to be made a manager, it means you have a level of expertise. And so the people you want to execute this, you also should show them on how they can, get there. How you should also be able to be, how they can get, to the end of what you want them to achieve. Another is credibility. They should be able to trust you, to be able to tell you, their challenges, be able to tell you their, what is it that they need to be able to carry out their role. If you're not a good manager, you find out that sometimes people jump over you to go to your own manager, the manager's manager, to get what they want. It's actually not sometimes it's not because they want to disrespect your manager, but sometimes the manager hasn't shown that they are credible. Okay. And so supervisors also have a role. Supervisors are the blood of your engagement. They are the ones that deal with your employees on a daily basis. So they are the ones, they're like your counselor who are with the grassroots persons. Okay. All right. So we have staff. The employee themselves also have a role to play. And one of those roles is optimism. Okay. So once you have those kind of pirates around you that don't think this company is going anywhere, I've been saying it, they're not moving forward. Anybody that is here is just wasting their time. And while they are still in the organization, being paid, but they are telling, they're not optimistic. They don't have anything good to talk about the organization. Okay? They are resilient people. They are not rigid. They are flexible. You bring a new idea, you bring a new change, they adapt, and they are able to still move forward with the same motivation. Okay, so all of these things, if you have them in place, then you are beginning to drive towards performance. You are beginning to drive towards performance. You're beginning to get to the towards it. And what is performance? How will you say that you have actually achieved performance? Is when you evaluate people based on the responsibility you've given them, based on the goal you have set. What is that you're expecting? You cannot measure you cannot manage what you have not measured. Okay, that's a popular saying by the father of a management Peter Drucker is known as the father of management thinking. He has lots of books out there, and he's a very resourceful person. Even I'll recommend that you also read some of his books. And what you really cannot manage, how then can you improve it? If you've measured, okay, this first half of the year, we have said this is what we want to achieve. What did we do? Did we do well? What are our challenges? How can we improve on it? Our processes in place, and then we can move to the end of the matter. So you cannot measure performance if you have not identified the goals, if you have not identified your objective, if you have not identified your expectations. So you hire your new staff, you actually have not stated out your expectation. You actually have not said, oh, this is what I want you to do by the end of 6 months that you have your probation. This is what I want you to do in the capacity of this role, of whatever role that they are taking, they are occupying. So it's very, very important. Performance cannot take place except you have identified what you want to be achieved. Okay, so we have, and likewise, business performance cannot also take place because it's when the business have set what we intend to achieve, then we break it down to the departments, we break it down to the individuals. Okay, so if the business cannot articulate what they want to achieve, trust me, the human beings or the workforce, the talent you have cannot achieve it. So as a business owner, every day or at every point in time, you should be able to define what you want to be achieved. What are you expecting? What do you want them to, what do you want the end to be? What do you want December 2021 to look like? It's very important, okay? And once you have been able to articulate that, then you can trickle it down. And then every person's expectation, the expectation you have for every individual, there's an alignment. It has a link to the bottom line. You want to achieve, say, 200,000 naira sales. You've broken it down to your salespeople. How much do each individual, maybe there are 4 people, and you say, okay, you have 50, 50, 50, 50. Okay, so if they achieve their 50, the organization has achieved the 200,000 naira. So that's exactly a typical example, right? So there are different performance methods that you can carry out. One is 360 degree. I recommend 360 degrees most times because it gives you a clear understanding. It's not only between the line manager and the staff, okay? It's not from a one-sided view. Everybody have feedback to give. Your parents have feedback to give. Their superiors have feedback to give. If the staff has people they report to, they also have feedback to give to them. Sometimes some organizations extend it to the customers. They want to get feedback. That as your account officer, how how will you rate him? Your relationship with him. Does he attend? Those kind of things. Another one is goal setting. Of course, when you set a particular goals in a project with specific time, delivery time, the quality you want, and then you're able to measure, have we done what we said we want to do? And then the third one is competency-based. That focuses on the technical aspect of skill of the employee. Are they achieve what you want them to achieve? And if there are issues, where they show weaknesses, you identify that gap and you're able to, prefer trainings that they can do. The last is behavioral. Of course, every organization has a way they want to operate. Okay, I will end this method with a story. I recall one of the days I attended a conference, and we're discussing about performance and how do employees achieve what they want to achieve. A HR person stood up and said, okay, I have this marketer in my branch who always meets the target, But when we run an appraisal on one occasion, we realized that how she goes about getting these targets were not in alignment with the company's culture. And so it got the time to promote her, but her technical, competency base was fantastic. But by the time they checked the behavior, how did you get from point A to B? It was not in alliance with the value of the organization. And truly, the employee didn't get that promotion. So it's very important that people, you measure behavior to find a way, and it has to align with your values. Okay? Are people trampling on others before so that they can achieve their result? Have your managers finished abusing all the people that work with them so that they can, come out as performing staff? How do they get to the end of the matter? And our last slide. So performance management is not actually done to hunt people. If you see the objective, it has to be productive. Productive in the sense that the line manager and the staff sit down to, set out this goal. Not that I set out a goal that I'm setting you up for failure. There's an agreement. I can achieve this. If you give me 1, 2, 3 things, I'll be able to get there. And so at the end of the day, you have people who are active parties. They are looking forward to appraisal. It's not that it's time for appraisal, they are falling ill, or they are, they have excuses. It gives you an opportunity. Where are my strengths? Because there have been communication between the line manager and the staff. They see where are my weaknesses. By the time they are there for the appraisal, they can tell you, oh, I already know where I'm not good. I think I need a training here. And not that they are there and it's a time for, punches or a time for battering of words. That is not the intention. Of course, when we have seen what we have achieved, then we'll then agree, okay, can we move on, to achieving more? Do we have the capability to achieve more than we have set for ourselves? And it's very, very important. Then you begin to see, okay, the workforce, where do I keep this person? Is it functioning well as an admin person, or should I move this person to customer care? Can she do more than just being the office manager? And of course, the relationship between the employee and the supervisor improves because there's communication, there's feedback, and the relationship is clear, and we are targeted towards the same thing. All right. I think I've been able to do a little bit of justice to this session. Okay, I will hand over to Ifeoma to continue the rest of the coordination. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ms. Chinelo. This was very, very insightful. I learned so much from this training. I hope every one of you learned as well. This was very, very insightful. This was very insightful. I learned the meaning of talent management. I learned that there are two parts of employee engagement. We have the emotional and then the rational, and they both make up full engagement. I had no idea, so I'm happy that I learned this today. This is our last training session for the Barafiri training series, and I hope that you all enjoyed every training session that we've had so far. If you missed anyone, please join our WhatsApp group so that you can have access to the link to where you can watch this training from orientation to the last training. Please join our WhatsApp group. The link will be shared in the comment section so you can join. And we have more people here now. So if you haven't taken our survey as well, the survey link will also be shared in the comment section so that you can tell us how well we have done and how we can improve. We are here to serve you better. You are our key priority and we want to serve you better. So please it takes about, in the comment section, someone said it took her 30 minutes. So it could take you 30 minutes or about 1 minute. So please, take our survey. The link is in the comment section. We have yes, if you have any questions from the presentation, please drop your questions in the comment section. After our Barafiri representative speaks, we will take questions and answers. So please get your questions ready, drop them in the comment section or raise your hand if you want to speak. We have a Barafiri representative here to give us an understanding of how Barafiri can enable people and business performance on the Barafiri infrastructure. So please let us welcome Ms. Chichi to give us that. Thank you. Welcome, Chichi.
Thank you very much, Ifeoma. Thank you so much. It's good to have everybody here.
Chichi.
Hello. Good evening. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. I can hear you from here.
You can hear me? Hold on. Okay. Okay, can you hear me now? Is it better? Hello? Somebody? Please mute yourself. Can you hear me now? Ifeoma, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Please carry on. We can hear you.
Thank you very much, Ifeoma. That was a fantastic session by Mrs. Ikeche Bello. And I know that after this session, a lot of us are wondering, is this still the same HR we're talking about? I didn't realize it was this in-depth. I didn't realize it was this thorough. Yes, there's so many sides to HR. And we at the Barafiri platform, we understand this. And this is why on the platform, we are going to have seasoned professionals that will take care of some of the things that Mrs. Ikeche Bello spoke to. So when it comes to services concerning performance management, services concerning recruitment, services concerning talent management, we're going to have seasoned, verified HR professionals on the Barafiri platform that would pick up these services. So we'll take, for example, an entrepreneur that needs to hire somebody, that needs to onboard a staff. We take, for example, an entrepreneur or a sole proprietor that needs to have talent management within his system, performance management within his organization. Instead of him to have to hire a HR person and have to bear the burden of the cost, the financial implication of servicing this staff just for a one-time service or a random service. What this person can do on the Barafiri platform is just click on a service that he needs, and the professionals that we have on the platform would speak to this need. And this is just one of the services you'll be enjoying on the Barafiri platform. We are going to be sharing valid information in the next few days about how you can get onboarded. So if you haven't already, please get on the WhatsApp group, because after today, which is the last day of the training series, every other communication will be via the platform. If you haven't already joined, this is the time to join so that you can come on board and begin to enjoy all the services that we have put so far on the training series. Thank you very much. Over to you, Ifeoma.
Thank you very much, Chichi. Thank you. So now you know how to join Barafiri to get more information. You've heard from her on how Barafiri can help you with managing people and business performance. So please join with the link that is shared to join our WhatsApp group and the link that I shared for the survey form as well. The next step after all our training has ended is the validation process. To get more information on that, you also have to be on the WhatsApp group. So please join the WhatsApp group. We'll be taking questions now. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section or raise your hands. So we have one question here. Hajara Damusa is saying, I'm into processing of natural fruits and vegetables. My company is just 1 year. I'm having challenges recruiting the right people because I don't have enough capacity to pay for the talents. To pay for the talents. Not seeing the rest of the question. Yes. So, Ms. Chinelo, if you could please answer this question for Hajara Damusa.
Okay, Hajara. So you're into natural fruits, vegetables. Now, I would not know exactly how you're recruiting them. Do you want them to be full-time or do you want them to be part-time? It depends on your business. So I will just give an example. I run a side business to what I do, and I'm into a bit baking, indoor catering and all of that. So sometimes, because my business is not, is quite young, I don't have that resources out there. What I do is that I engage people on a part-time. So may not get them on a whole month basis. So maybe you will look at how do you get your orders? Do you batch them? You know, it all depends, except I won't know if you're running this business from your home or you already have an office. So, but if it's something you should look out, you know, should you outsource them, you know, not outsource it, should you engage your talents in a temporal, or you have a shop, okay. You have a shop, you prefer full-time. So I would say this is either, what it means is that in your business now, you seem to be the more the expert here. So you're trying to get more experts. So I would say if you can get 1 or 2 persons that are quite little experience that you can afford, you train them. That's how, you know, sometimes you can just start from the look, you find a way to train them. Or if you can have a mixture of that, have 1 more experience and have 2 to train them, you know, and all that. Another thing you can also do is, so with the help of Barafiri, you'll be able to outsource your human capital. You can be able, you know how you can go to the market and just shop off. So on Barafiri, we can get you experienced person who can work for a period of time. So it won't be like that, you know, that full time that you have to get to pay, you know, a large substantial sum of money. You know, that's what, those are the 2 ways, through Barafiri. And number 2, if you can just get 1 person that is full time, then you get more like what you can call trainees, and then quickly train them on that. And all that. I don't know if I've been able to do justice to your question. Okay. Okay, she seems satisfied. All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Chinelo. Thank you. Do we have any more questions? We have Paul. Okay, Paul, you want to ask a question? Go ahead.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Yeah.
Hello, Paul.
Yeah, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Paul, do you have any questions?
Yes, I do. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Can
I
you
think
hear
he's
me?
saying something, but we can't hear him.
Okay. Hello, can you hear me?
If you have any other questions, please leave them in the comment section or raise your hand. Okay, right. We would like to take a picture. So please, if you can, please turn on your camera so we can have a brief photo session. Please turn on your camera. Please turn on your camera. We're waiting for you. Thank you, Justina. Thank you, Ibrahim. Thank you, Hamza. Thank you, Blossom. Yes, we need more people. Thank you, Paul. Paul, we saw your hand up, but we couldn't hear your question. Thank you, Mercy. All right, this will take just a few seconds. All right, thank you very much. Yes, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Candy. Thank you. Thank you, Malika. Okay, some people are smiling. They really want this picture to come out well. People are really smiling. Hey. All right, thank you very much. We have our pictures now. Thank you very much. So if you have questions and you feel like your question might take much time to be attended to, please join the WhatsApp group and share your questions. Your questions will be answered as well. The speaker of today will be in the WhatsApp group to attend to all your questions. It has been a very interesting ride with everyone throughout these training sessions, and we hope that you have learned a lot and that you put it into practice. If you need further help, please join the WhatsApp group. We are there to assist you before and after you're onboarded on Barafiri. It was nice to meet you, or it's nice to meet you, and we will still be in contact with you. Please join our WhatsApp group so we can maintain our relationship. Barafiri wishes you a very happy weekday, and we pray that your business will continue to grow, and we're here to assist you in the best way we can. Have a lovely day from all of us at Barafiri. Thank you.